Humans watching this video.
Aliens watching this video.
Dogs and cats. And
monsters.
Elephants watching this video.
Anybody watching this video.
Yeah, WrestleMania happened.
Yeah.
And we watched it. And it was a thing.
Yep.
Kind of lackluster this year.
Yeah. It had great moments, but overall, you can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Should we tell them what happened?
Yeah.
All right, so we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, where Matt Hardy, with the help of Bray Wyatt, defeated the Revival, Mojo, Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger, Primo Cologne, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Goldust, Heath Slater, Rhino, Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, Aiden English, Kurt Hawkins, Kane, Connor, Victor, Sin Cara, Titus Apollo, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, R-Truth, Mike Kanellis, Kurt Hawkins, Gallows, and Anderson. Cedric Alexander is the brand new Cruiserweight Champion, defeating Mustafa Ali with a lumbar check. Naomi won the Women's Battle Royal, defeating Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Natalia, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Mickie James, Carmella, Taynara Conti, Bianca Belair, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, Kavita Devi, and Peyton Royce. Then on the main card, Seth Rollins is the brand new Intercontinental Champion, defeating Finn Balor and The Miz. Charlotte is still the SmackDown Women's Champion after breaking the streak of
Shock
Asuka.
Of the night, to be completely honest.
Absolutely. Jinder Mahal is the brand new United States Champion, hitting the Colossus on Rusev.
Worst shock of the night.
Angle and Rousey defeated Triple H and Stephanie McMahon when Rousey made Stephanie tap the fuck out.
Wait, no, that wasn't shocking.
Nope. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated both the Usos and the New Day with a super powerbomb from Luke Harper on Kofi Kingston. The Undertaker actually showed up after John Cena beat up Elias, and then he beat John Cena in like 5 minutes. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so they still don't have jobs. With a yes lock. He hit the Aberdeen facebuster and a yes lock. Nia Jax fucking squashed Alexa Bliss. Alexa had a chance, but then
she did. Alexa did good limb work in the match.
But yeah, Nia is the new Raw Women's Champion. AJ Styles is still the WWE Champion, and Shinsuke is a dickhead now after he low blowed and beat the shit out of AJ Styles afterwards. Braun and Nicholas are the brand new Raw Tag Team Champions. And then Brock Lesnar happened.
He's still the champ.
Meh. What'd you like?
Quite a bit. But the one I want to say that I liked... Can I do more? We do more than one like?
Yeah, sure. There's 15 matches and there's only 2 of us, so...
Yeah. I liked, first and foremost, Shinsuke's heel turn.
Yes. The match itself was great. Shocking to have AJ win, but then once again...
I mean, I wasn't shocked because I voted for AJ.
Yeah, you did vote for AJ.
I was saying, like, the thing is, this whole... Like, the whole undertone of AJ's promos in, like, the promo package leading up to the match was talking about, like, AJ wanted a WrestleMania moment.
Right.
You know, he had to carry Shane through a match last year, and he lost to Chris Jericho in his first WrestleMania match. So I was like, okay, 3rd time's a charm, and it's the championship match. If AJ retains, he gets his WrestleMania moment.
That's true.
He reversed a Kinshasa into
which was
the Styles clash.
Cool. That was so well done. A fantastic finish. And then to watch Shinsuke playing the part perfectly, like, you know, playing out, like, handing in the title.
He dropped to one knee.
Yeah, he proposed to AJ Styles, and it was really weird.
Weird.
AJ said no, and that's why Shinsuke hit him in the nuts.
Stomped his head a bunch.
And fucking kicked him in the ear.
Kicked him like 4 different places on the outside, all of which sounded like they were terrible.
Because they were Shinsuke's toe. Shinsuke's entrance was fucking cool too. Like that.
Yeah, he had Alice Cooper's guitarist.
Yeah, along with a bunch of violinists and drummers, and it was really fucking cool. So yeah, that should have. Why was that not the main event?
Because they think Bork equals money. Which I would argue that it makes sense to draw until I watched the match.
We'll talk about that in a second, I'm sure. I really liked watching Bray Wyatt come out and help Matt Hardy win the Battle Royal.
That's another decent surprise.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, okay, he was in there with 2 former winners in Mojo and Baron Corbin, and it was a situation.
And I was just praying to every god in existence that Mojo didn't win it again.
No, you were praying to the 7 deities that Matt Hardy would win.
Those were part of him.
All right, cool. No, and it was cool to see.
And the 8K Warlocks that determine the rules of fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're linked to the 7 deities. It's just weird that there's one more Warlock. The surprise, like Bray Wyatt's little thing happening, and then him just showing up. It was again that situation where him and Matt were face to face, and you weren't sure what he was going to do, but when he kind of caused a distraction, helped with an elimination, and then the bell rang because Bray Wyatt wasn't part of the Battle Royal, Matt Hardy being the only guy left in it, and then the posing at the end. I'm very curious what happens from this point on.
I have a bold prediction because it plays into how outlandish the woken, broken world storylines are.
I like it.
Post the what was it called? The final deletion or the ultimate deletion?
Ultimate deletion.
Final was TNA.
Yeah, final was TNA.
Ultimate deletion. They had the YouTube video, Senor Benjamin finding the lantern in the Lake of Reincarnation. Maxwell was given the lantern. Maxwell has control of the lantern. I think in a pseudo pallbearer controlling the urn kind of way, I think Maxwell is controlling Bray Wyatt.
That's awesome. I hope that's a thing. That's a fantastic.
I'm just saying, it's not out of the realm in the Woken world.
Yeah. You got anything else you liked, or do you want to move on to loves?
I had something else I wanted to talk about in the like.
Scrolling through results.
Yeah.
Not those ones.
I liked that a lot of the matches were pretty good.
Yeah.
In general,
the
overall competitive feel of the matches.
Some very solid matches.
Pretty good, we didn't have the 5 to 10 minute video package for every single match.
Yeah, only certain matches got video packages, which was nice, especially with the added hour. We actually got wrestling in that added hour, or at least bigger entrances, which is that's fine. Okay, what did you love?
Got a couple on this one too.
All right.
I mean, I think I should speak for both of us in saying Daniel Bryan coming back.
Absolutely.
That was
watching him just fucking rock both Sammy and Kevin.
Yeah.
Was just so much fun. Watching him
I got legitimate goosebumps during his entrance.
Yeah. It was
not during the corny little video thing they played before his entrance, but when he actually came out.
Yeah, it's so good to finally see him doing what he wants to do, doing what he
was made to do.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how they transition him out of the general manager role. If he does, maybe he only comes in for matches every now and again. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how they go about that story.
I have a feeling he's going to be doing fairly regular TV matches.
Yeah.
I think, I think they're just going to be smart and really, really, really cut down his house show appearances.
Yeah.
As far as in-ring matches are concerned.
True. What else did you love? I'm sure you had something else on there.
Yeah. You know what? This is going to be a divisive one. I loved Undertaker John Cena segment.
Yeah, it was all right.
A lot of people are kind of mad about it. Some people
It happened.
Some people online are just kind of furious over how fast it was. This is kind of the way I predicted it, is that Undertaker squashed an unprepared John Cena.
Right. I mean, I can't. It's that thing is I didn't necessarily want the match to happen, but I can't say that I'm mad that I got to see my favorite wrestler. Undertaker was there, and John Cena was kind of funny.
And part of the reason why I really, really enjoyed it, too, is because Taker looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, he had another WrestleMania 31 situation where I was like, oh, man,
he looked haggard at 32 and 33.
Yeah.
And he came out, he did that flying clothesline. I feel like I don't remember seeing him do that in 32 or 33.
Yeah, I think he might have. I think he might have done it to Roman, and I think it was one of those situations where he went for it a second time and ended up like getting taken out from it or something like that.
I don't know, but it was crazy, and to see Taker move as good as he was moving, it did my heart good.
Yes,
to see Taker looking good.
Yeah,
I kind of do hope this leads into something else. If not, I mean, it was a really short payoff for a lot of John Cena seeming like a dick. And what do you got?
I loved Charlotte versus Asuka.
Yeah.
Those two ladies kicked the ever-loving shit out of each other.
That might have been... That's up in contention for best match of the night.
Absolutely. And as shocked as I was to see Charlotte retain, I didn't feel the same way I felt at 32 when I thought that either Becky or Sasha should have won the new women's championship. I legitimately felt like, holy shit! Like, I wasn't upset about it. I was legitimately just shocked. And then to see Asuka congratulate her afterwards, and then there was the weird thing where John Cena ran up the ramp because someone told him Undertaker was there. That was weird, but it was a great match. Both of them fucking earned it. That Spanish fly, scary as fuck, but a beautiful landing. Like, ladies,
great match.
You killed it.
And it's the cool thing is it's where you have to realize like a lot of people are going to be mad.
Oh, absolutely.
That Asuka's streak is over now, but. If not Charlotte, who else?
Yeah.
For one. Because, I mean, if it wasn't going to be Charlotte, who's probably established as the most dominant female force in WWE.
Yeah.
Maybe only rivaled by Nia Jax. But we've seen Nia Jax lose to Asuka multiple times now. You would have to take the time to groom somebody to get up there. So I felt like they decided to strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah.
Especially because it did seem like they were trying to make this like a very shocking.
There was a lot of attempts to really get a big reaction. There was a lot of really good keeping us on edge for certain things. Which that actually takes me to my second love. I loved the mixed tag match.
Absolutely,
Ronda Rousey.
I was going to say it.
Ronda Rousey, you fucking killed it.
Yeah,
this was so good.
Everyone played their part in the match.
Yeah.
Triple H carried the male aspect of the match.
Absolutely.
Kurt didn't look bad.
No, Kurt was still a little limited, but still did great in everything that he was doing.
Curious about the Murica mitten, but...
can we not coin
that phrase? Hashtag Murica mitten.
No.
It's either the Murica mitten or the Star Spangled Slapper.
Whatever. Stephanie... playing fantastic heel work throughout. Just right off the bat, just like shoving Ronda and then pulling her down by her hair.
Yeah.
Doing the revival bit, pulling her off when Kurt's trying to go for the tag. Like, there were so many times where you felt like there was that McMahon betrayal. Like, oh, you're going to fucking bury these people. Like, there were so many moments where it's like, oh, don't do that. And then to see Ronda finally come back around and give Stephanie what she fucking deserved.
And then also, like, into the fray, like, put an armbar with, like, a foot choke hold on Triple H simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like,
and watching Ronda Rousey beat the fuck out of Triple H.
Kurt ankle lock Stephanie.
Yeah. This was a great match. This is potentially monumental if, I don't think it's going to go full blown anytime soon, but... The idea of WWE allowing intergender matches again, like that was a huge part of their highest rated stuff was watching people like Chyna get involved and like all of the different women that got involved with the Dudley Boys and Trish Stratus and Lita getting involved with their respective teams and stuff like that. Like that was big for them. So I think they really tested it here. With first off the ankle lock on Stephanie, like I felt like that was the one that was the most touchy. But then it's so much fun watching Ronda just kick the shit out of Triple H.
Yeah.
So that is definitely on my love list.
Dislikes?
Yeah.
Now I don't want to seem so nitpicky, but I do kind of want to go through a couple.
Go for it. I'm sure I have some of the same issues.
Nothing against Naomi.
Yeah.
But I didn't like... I wasn't a fan of the Women's Battle Royal to begin with. Just the way it played out was...
The only moment that I liked was the NXT versus main roster thing.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I mean, that was cool, but it just added to the fact that the entire Battle Royal felt super duper scripted.
Right.
Like, from beginning to end, it was like, the whole Carmella thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
The double team to get Lana out. The NXT versus the main roster women. And then the way everybody got dumped out super fast.
And it was hard to keep track. And then that was the weird thing with Naomi. It was like...
We didn't even know whether Naomi was... We couldn't tell because everything was happening so fast if Naomi was eliminated or had gone out through the ropes.
Yeah, I at one point thought Sarah Logan was eliminated with a bunch of people going out, and then she was back in, and it was just... They were trying to do too many things and make it seem like a bigger...
Whoa.
Yeah, they were trying to do too many things.
And then you ended, of course, with the Bayley-Sasha thing, which was kind of predictable, like... They're the only two women going into this thing with like an actual storyline going on.
And it would have made more sense for one of them to win it, especially being able to hold it over the other's head.
Yeah, and it kind of felt like it had to be a big comeuppance moment for Bayley.
Yeah, because Sasha's been dicking her around. So
yeah, and just to have that happen, just for Naomi to hit her with the rear view and throw her out of the ring.
Like, I don't think that did any favors for Naomi.
No,
I think that might have hurt Naomi. And like you said, we don't have any issues with Naomi. It seems like a really rough spot to put her in.
Yeah, I was just a little tiffed because, not to say that any of the other women aren't as hardworking, but we're talking about having two of the women who are, in my opinion, responsible for the fact that the women's evolution blew up so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I credit that almost, probably 80% to the 4 horsewomen.
Yeah. Also, the fact that Absolution looked really weak.
Yes.
Like
that too, because their eliminations kind of looked really...
And I will say they did a good job of kind of building up the Riot Squad. The Riot Squad worked together really well.
That was their first real standout moment to me.
Yeah.
On
so good for the Riot Squad. Hopefully that.
And it showed us the first. Like, here's the about the Battle Royal. It showed us the first really impressive Bianca Belair moment.
Yes.
She hit a 450 splash.
Yeah, a really good 450 splash.
But yeah, no, the ending of that Battle Royal, the whole way it played out was just kind of... It could have been better.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to give us something they thought we wanted.
They were just doing too much.
After talking about it, I can understand where they might be coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it was Bayley and Sasha were so focused on each other that they didn't bother to think about anybody else.
Yeah.
And so Naomi was
taking advantage of
the fact that Bayley was sure she won. I think if Naomi... I don't think it would have been better if Naomi just came out and dumped Bayley over the top. Yeah, it's rough.
No, it's... I think what it is it comes up to the fact that with the evolution, whatever you want to call it, has brought us
evolution.
There's so many groundbreaking moments that WWE felt like this... In itself, it was a groundbreaking moment. It's the first ever Women's Battle Royal. Yeah. First ever, because, they did have the one at WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, that was the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal.
Yeah, but to have this one, which I feel like is going to be the tradition in the way that Andre is.
Absolutely.
This is a groundbreaking moment in its own. They didn't need to add so many of these attempted moments to make everybody go, oh, remember when this happened? Because that's what the Royal Rumble was for.
Yeah.
And the Battle Royal didn't need to be any different than what the men's Battle Royal was.
Yeah, the thing about the Andre Battle Royal is no one remembers bits about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal except for the winner.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers Cesaro tossing out Big Show. Everyone remembers Baron Corbin just kind of coming in and winning
on his first main roster thing.
Yeah,
at all.
and people forget about Big Show knocking out Damian Sandow because people wanted Sandow to win.
Yeah,
and then last year Gronkowski was the one that got involved and helped Mojo win.
The winners.
And then this year you had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. That's the memorable moment there. You don't need memorable moments throughout the entirety of a battle royal. You're trying to push the winner, and I feel like you kind of kicked Naomi.
She didn't win on the merit that she survived the battle royal.
Yeah, especially when she was laying on the outside for a while. So anyway, let's move on from the battle royal. Yeah,
what did you have, like, a minor dislike in here where we can
I don't really have a minor dislike. I kind of expected more out of a couple matches. I won't
anything
really
in particular.
I won't really
any match in particular.
I think the cruiserweight match was another one that felt really scripted. Cedric and Mustafa
did a lot of yelling at each other.
A lot of yelling and a lot of very unnecessary, cheesy lines that
all revolving around the fact that they are the heart and soul
just
of 205
let
Live.
Cedric and Mustafa do shit. They can put on a hell of a show. Not to say that the match was bad.
No, because the
match was great. It was kind of a sudden end because I felt like Mustafa had a lot left in the tank before Cedric just fucking hit him with lumbar check. But yeah, it was I just felt like you were trying too hard to put words in their mouth and make sure that they said those loud and clear. So we have sound bites. It was meh. And then I understand why it went this way, but I kind of wish that New Day and the Usos would have gotten a little bit more of a moment. But I understand you're trying to put over the fact that the Bludgeon Brothers are devastating. So I won't pull that one apart too much.
My gripe on that one is we understand. We watched them obliterate New Day and Usos at Fastlane.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is where we needed to think that the Usos and the New Day could have gotten their one-up on the Bludgeon Brothers.
Well, we kind of did that when both teams came to SmackDown. When they all got to SmackDown, they took it to the Bludgeon Brothers. This was the fact that it was New Day were back in their happy-go-lucky, hey, we're the New Day. Usos were focused on the WrestleMania moment, and the Bludgeon Brothers were just focused on beating the shit out of people and winning titles.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to throw too much shade at that one. So, other than that, I think the last two matches are the only other.
Yeah. So I'll do one more kind of minor thing. I felt WrestleMania felt very un-WrestleMania-y. Yes. Because we didn't have no surprise entrance in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or the Women's Battle Royal. No return people in the Rumble.
Unless you count Bray Wyatt.
He's
the only one that
he wasn't technically an entrant in the Battle Royal.
Yeah. And he's only been gone for 2 weeks. And no special appearances on the show from Stone Cold, The Rock, Hogan, anything Yeah.
No real pageantry.
Yeah.
And even portions of the spectacular Special Mania entrances were done via graphics.
Those were really unnecessary.
I didn't not like them, but I felt like it really gypped out on the live audience aspect.
Oh, absolutely. Because none of them saw that unless they were looking at the Tron, which they probably weren't. There was a lot of stuff that was for us.
Yeah.
But I didn't need giant 3D stacks of pancakes as the New Day were coming out. I didn't need a bunch of Asuka mask hanging in the air when she was coming out. I didn't need that stuff. That's why you have that stage there.
Yeah.
I feel like the bar had an interesting entrance with their whole Mardi Gras entrance.
Yeah, and Triple H and Stephanie with the motorcade.
Yeah, Shinsuke with the whole band playing and everything.
Yeah.
Stuff like that was good. That's something that we can appreciate. The live people can appreciate that. But the graphics, again, I'm not going to harp on them like I do on the TV stuff, but they're just really unnecessary. It's just it doesn't need to be there.
All right. So getting into the last two matches, the Raw Tag Title match. What happened in the ring between Braun and the Bar wasn't bad. It's the fact that Braun's mystery opponent seemed like it was still even a mystery to Braun.
Yeah.
Because he ended up picking a small child
named Nicholas
from the audience. They literally could have gone with anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whether it be any of the people who were in the Battle Royal, anyone who already had a match, and wanted to, like, maybe somebody who lost the match and wanted to have a
John Cena
come up moment.
Elias.
Anybody returning, like the rumored Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
The fact a lot of people were thinking maybe Neville, anybody at that point.
Yep.
Before he came out of the Battle Royal, a lot of people were thinking Bray Wyatt could have been the guy. That you gave it to a small kid, which, I mean, is cool for the kid.
Yeah.
Who looked just frightened to all shit the whole time.
Well, he was in the ring with Cesaro, Sheamus, and Braun Strowman.
And at one point he got tagged in, which was...
And then he immediately tagged out. And then Braun...
Which I was smart.
And then Braun won the match. I think they're going the route that, that I was kind of pushing, where it was Braun was just going to pick someone because he doesn't really want to pick a partner. So I feel like it was a little way too babyface for him to go out and pick a kid.
Yeah, which for me, I feel like this moment shot Braun in the foot.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
because people were expecting big things from this, and for him to pick a kid, it's cool if you're a white meat babyface, but Braun is he might be edging towards it, but he's not a white meat babyface. He got over because he is destructive. Yeah. He got over because he kicks the shit out of people, not because he gives a shit about kids.
Yeah.
To be fair, I am very jealous that my name is not Nicholas and I'm not a however old that kid is, because that would have been fucking cool to be involved in a WrestleMania match. It might have been a Make-A-Wish thing. If that's it, that's cool that you did that. But I really hope you have a good plan to, keep going, because I don't think Nicholas is going to be on Raw tomorrow.
Well, technically,
he might be on Raw tomorrow.
It's across the street, so
that's true. So
at the Smoothie King.
So he might be on Raw tomorrow, but I don't think he's going to be at Raw next week.
Yeah. And then the main.
I didn't watch it.
Which the biggest complaint is this shouldn't have been the main event.
No.
Lesnar and Roman have main evented WrestleMania before, and so I'm not griping that they're getting a second shot at main eventing WrestleMania.
No. Because
I was holding out hope that...
Oh, yeah. You were way more hopeful than I was.
I was holding out hope that this match would have been on par with their match at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
I don't know why I'm shaking I didn't watch the match.
I mean, it could be described. It's Roman and Brock punched a little bit. Roman hit a bunch of Superman punches.
Did Roman bleed?
Roman bled a lot in like the last minute and a half of the match.
All right.
Brock hit a couple Germans, a couple belly to bellies, and Brock ate like 4 spears. Roman ate 5 or 6 F5s. After like the second to last one, because like Brock F5'd him on the outside, tried to pin him on the inside, got mad, so he took his gloves off and went to town on Roman's head, and Roman began bleeding profusely, which kind of woke Roman up. And this was like the only kind of like cool part of the match, because then I thought this was how they were going to have Roman flip the switch
just
and
just
go.
An adrenaline
It's because he started bleeding, and then Brock picked him up for an F5, and he got out of it and hit like 2 or 3 spears. And then Brock kicked out, and then Brock hit one more F5.
Yeah, the only things I know from this match, other than that Roman bled, is that for some reason you think that you have someone else that could beat Brock Lesnar for the championship because he's still the champion, and it was the only match that got a "This is awful" chant.
Yeah, here's what I want. Here's the big takeaway now. WWE should step back and look at this as that I can't recall a WrestleMania main event that got a boring chant?
I think the only other one that got a boring chant was Triple H versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it got a boring chant and a "This is awful" chant.
I didn't hear the boring chant. I heard "This is awful."
The boring chant came in much earlier in the match.
Oh, did it?
When that's your WrestleMania main event, where the live crowd, and I mean, they're going to go on tomorrow on Raw and say, oh, well, the WrestleMania crowd's always so crazy and you can never expect what they're going to do.
People still talking about Brock Lesnar retaining the championship.
You know, they're going to spin it,
yeah,
which they always do. But when your WrestleMania main event got shat on by the crowd, it's time to change something.
To be fair, that's 3 years in a... I mean, it is 3 years in a row that a Roman Reigns match main evented and it got shit on.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I want to end this video on a high note. I also want to give a nod to my because I really enjoyed what Nia and Alexa did.
Yeah.
You guys had a great match, great story, good moments for both, and I'm excited for Nia. I think that's cool.
There was only one part of that entire match that didn't translate.
What was that?
And I felt like it was when Nia picked Alexa up and said, "I loved you." It made sense in the storyline wise, but the way it happened, I just don't think it translated the way they wanted it to on TV.
Probably not.
And I mean, that could have been a performer error. It could have been just the wrong place to put it in the match.
There's too much talking at this Mania. Yeah. Y'all trying to get sound bites. Stop that shit.
But it did make Nia sound kind of creepy right before she hit a Samoan drop on Alexa.
A little bit. Yeah. So,
I mean, I'm gonna give this WrestleMania a somewhere between a B and a B minus.
Yeah, I'll give it a solid B. Because I mean, like I said, some of the matches were fantastic.
Yeah,
some moments were great,
and some I felt were just surprise for surprise sake.
Yeah.
Which I think, that goes to the whole Nicholas thing, Brock retaining, Jinder winning the United States Championship.
Yeah.
Surprise for surprise sake, because that's another thing that they can talk about tomorrow on Raw. This was the most shocking WrestleMania of all time, kind of thing.
That'll probably be the opening line from Michael Cole. After one of the most shocking WrestleManias in history, or the most shocking WrestleMania in history, welcome to Monday Night Raw in New Orleans. So, yeah.
Look forward to that, and y'all owe us $50 if that's exactly word for word what Michael Cole says.
Yeah.
Link in our PayPal in the description. Not really.
Yeah. You know the drill. This video has gone on longer than it needs to. We have Raw coming up next. Thomas
WrestleMania predictions usually, or WrestleMania review usually goes long.
That's true. My predictions went on pretty long too. But yeah, Thomas will be here. You can check out, or he should be here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll have I saw a few of his posts. He has some issues with Mania as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So we might give him a little bit of time to just rant a little bit about that. But yeah, check out all the stuff, all the links. You know the drill. We'll see you at Raw. Thanks for watching. Fuck Modus. Fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only thing. The best thing you can review is just a steaming hot pile of fuck Modus.